Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode number 30. Took a nice long break, but I am ready now for a few more episodes of Jade Empire. Creepy little kids walking around. So let's talk
These
to...
bounties won't collect themselves.
I'm getting to it. Let's talk to these guys first, and then we'll talk to their captain.
If you need assistance, buy the Outcriers near the Imperial.
These bounties won't collect them.
This city's usually fairly calm, but there are reports of ghosts in the countryside.
Oh, interesting. So you can actually use the gate to travel to Tian's Landing. That I did not know. Also, I thought the Imperial City was to the north. And if this is any indication, north is that way. Maybe that's just the icon, though? Like, isn't this the Great Southern Forest? You know, I'm not really sure this map matches up too closely with, the actual lore. I guess that could be the Southern Forest, but it doesn't look that thick. I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't even aware you could go back to Tian's Landing, so that's kind of cool. What is this? 'Cause we're over here right now. I think it's just glitchy. Yeah, now it puts us at the right place. Anyway, I kind of think on the Xbox version it doesn't even let you use the gate. But, maybe I'm wrong.
Greetings, citizen. Imperial Captain Sen at your service. Are you one of the mercenaries come to help me track down some criminal scum?
Sure. I might be for the right price.
If you are who I'm waiting for, you have some explaining to do. Admittedly, you don't resemble the ones described to me, but they're several days late. No doubt they'll blame it on the foolish ghost stories.
No doubt. So, what criminals do you need help with?
Criminals with lucrative bounties on their heads.
Those are the best kind.
I need help tracking down a pair of criminals. Are you interested in a little well-paying work?
Yeah, I'm not sure if silver really is worthwhile in this game. Like, in the long run, are there very expensive items you could use to buy silver with? Or to buy with silver? But I'm going to go ahead and get it anyway, because better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And also, I want to do all these quests, so let's do it.
These two scoundrels have eluded my best efforts, so I'm turning to bounty hunters. It's harder to run when your pursuers are not in a uniform.
Very true.
This could be an entertaining diversion, and a good way to earn some extra silver.
I'm searching for an arsonist and a notorious confidence man. Find and eliminate either one, and there's a standard bounty in it for you.
Well, let's try this. 'Cause I don't really mind being aggressive or assertive against the Imperials. They have money to spare. I'm too good for standard rates. Offer me something better.
Do you people have some sort of code that requires each one of you to bargain about this sort of thing?
All right. If everyone else bargains, you must have extra silver set aside for me, too.
Crafty! Well, since you've seen to the heart of the matter, I'll accept your point. I'll add an extra percentage to both bounties and find some way to justify the extra cost to the Ministry of Harmony.
At that price, I'm happy to help.
A wise decision. The two criminals are Fading Moon and Creative Yukong. Fading Moon is an arsonist who was last spotted heading for the Necropolis. Creative Yukong has virtually disappeared, though we may be able to learn something from Lady Rento, the wife of the man Yukong bilked. She's in the Imperial arena.
I want to hear more about Fading Moon.
Fading Moon is an arsonist. Her first fires were in the poor quarters, but her last one spread to the Market District Gate. Last we heard, she'd escaped to the Necropolis.
Of course, they don't care when she's just burning down the poor people's houses, but when it gets to the market, then there's a bounty on her head. Why was nothing done to catch her earlier?
Well, as I said, she confined them to the poor districts. She would have been impossible to catch in that rat's nest. More frankly, there isn't enough money to make it worth my effort.
There it is. Could I see the scene of the crime?
The gates between here and the poorer districts will be closed for some time while repairs are underway. There's nothing particular about the scene of the crime, just ash.
Well, at least they give a reason for why we can't go into the poorer districts. Let's hear the details surrounding Creative Yukong.
Yukong fleeced some silver from Lord Rento, a powerful man in the Ministry of Harmony. Yukong is a master of disguise, and he has hidden himself somewhere in the city. Lord Rento is away on court business, but his wife informed me that she'd be in the heart of the Empire in the Imperial arena if we needed her. You could start there.
And that we know is the tavern upstairs. What could she tell me?
She knows the details of the theft better than I. Lord Rento was reluctant to discuss them. Yukong could be anywhere or anyone, and Lady Rento is the only lead we have.
What if she is Creative Yukong? That would be a twist. Alright, enough about the bounties.
What else can I help you with?
What can you tell me about the city?
This is the Market District. If you cross this bridge, you'll reach the Golden Way, the Scholar's Garden, and the Necropolis. The Black Leopard School is up the hill on the far side of the waterway, and the Imperial Arena is here in the Market District.
I really don't want to know specifics. Not sure if he would tell me or not, but if he doesn't, it doesn't matter, and if he does, I don't really care. Do you have any information on that criminal hunted by the assassins? The Scourge of the South, I think he's called.
I know little more than what the Honorable Lotus Assassin presented. Some treasonous southerner has been undermining the Ministry of Harmony and causing countless deaths.
The horror. Is there a bounty on this Scourge of the South?
Not as such. The Lotus Assassins want to deal with this traitor personally. I don't envy anyone who has attracted that kind of attention.
I wonder if we're being told the whole story. Could this criminal be justified in their actions? I probably shouldn't say this around a soldier, but let's see what happens.
There is no such thing. If the Lotus Assassins have identified a treasonous criminal, you can be assured that person is guilty of something, or will be soon.
Funny how that works. It could be guilty of resisting arrest, even when it's not justified. It sounds to me as if the assassins are worried.
The Lotus Assassins are never worried. Their control, their protection, I should say, of the Empire is absolute. What could threaten them?
Slip of the tongue there. Sounds like you're angling for a quick promotion.
I would like to advance, but I'm not angling. I simply accept that the Lotus Assassins are the true power in the Empire, and I support them.
Alright, I should go.
Right you are. Remember to keep an eye out for anyone suspicious.
Will do. Alright, got a little bit of XP for that, and our quest log has been updated. No doubt with the new bounties, yep. Two options here. I guess you don't have to talk with her, you can just find him yourself. But I have no idea where he is, so we will keep looking. So yeah, I guess you can go back to Tian's Landing, it's just that there's not really a reason to. I don't think you ever are given a reason to. At least I don't recall one. Alright, so I guess we've seen more or less all there is to see here. Do we want to go to the arena? Do we want to go to the Golden Way? Let's go to the Golden Way. We'll kind of explore the main areas first. And then we'll get to like the arena and the school and all of that. Guide to the Imperial City. Welcome, dear traveler, to the illustrious Imperial City, the heart of civilization in the world, and seat of power for the Jade Empire. In this fine city, the wonders of the modern age are plain for all to see. Walk down the expansive boulevards, shop at the many fine booths and stores, and see how the most advanced and civilized people in the world live. You will be awed and amazed by the sights of the city. Explore the Imperial City for the experience of a lifetime. Alright guys, you ready for the experience of a lifetime? Speaking of experience, we hit a level up, so let's do that first. It's always the most exciting part of RPGs, to me at least. Or one of them, is leveling up. And yeah, I'm going to pour all my points into Spirit because I've yet to have an issue running out of focus, and that's even even without any points put into Fortune's favorite. I'm still debating about whether I want a staff or the double swords. I'm leaning towards double swords, though. Even though maybe it doesn't make as much sense, like RP-wise. At the same time, it's my character, so what makes sense is really what I determine for him. And additionally, I didn't realize the staff is only single target. It has long range, but it's single target. I would have thought when you're like whipping it around you and all, it would also be an AoE, and perhaps a more effective AoE. But it seems like the double swords take that bill. So right now I'm leaning towards double swords, but we don't have to make that decision quite yet. In the meantime, what did I want to do? I wanted to put more damage into maybe Leaping Tiger. I use that one quite a lot. 18 points. So we could put 10 there. And I could put 6 here for Stone Immortal. That could be like my default style. Whereas Ice Shard I mainly use for the harmonic combos. In that case, the duration increase might actually be worth it, but I'll fill that in later. What was this again? Just the 6. Spirit Thief is always nice, but it's just not really worth it. And Storm Dragon, I also don't really know if it's worth it. Alright, well, we know what points or what styles we really use quite a lot. So let's get the most bang for our buck. And I will invest in more damage from Leaping Tiger. I'm going to hold off on any more. You know what? Let's do it. Might as well use them while we can get some use out of them. I was going to hold off till we got our new weapon style, but I imagine we'll have another level or two under our belt by then. And there's the Empress in her formal attire instead of her silk fox disguise. And this is where we're supposed to meet her, I believe, so we might actually meet her while we're here.
Lost?
What can you tell me about this area of the city?
This district? Well, it's called the Golden Way for a variety of reasons. Certainly one of the richer areas of the city, and one of the best looking as well. This district is a major thoroughfare, with the Scholar's Garden at one end and the Market District at the other. There's also the Necropolis, but most people avoid that place. Who wants to spend time with the dead?
Oh, I'm sure some people do. Can you tell me anything other than directions?
I'm afraid not.
Nope.
A fellow guard.
Heard that story many times now.
Be about your business?
Alright. Now, do the commoners here say anything different?
I'm not scared of the Lotus Assassins, but I still wouldn't want to talk to one.
That is exactly how I feel.
The Imperial City is beautiful, but you still have to be careful in certain areas.
It is indeed quite beautiful. It's so cool just to have a little, like, garden here in the middle of the city. There's another guard. Let's get the map back up. So this goes, I think, to the Necropolis, right?
Hold on there. This way leads into the Necropolis, a dangerous area. You shouldn't go in there unless you have some business there.
I don't really want to rely on my intimidation roll, because I don't really care to go in there at the moment anyway. So what's wrong with the Necropolis?
Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. So many have come up in the Necropolis that it just isn't safe anymore.
That's okay with me.
It would take an army of us to clear them out, if we could do it at all. We can't even safely post a guard in there. We just warn people away. The Lotus Assassins want everyone kept away as well. First time I've heard of them being altruistic.
Perhaps the rumors of a hideout in the Necropolis are true. When did all this start?
Things have been bad over the past few, let's say 5 years. No one has any idea why so many of the dead refuse to return to the Wheel of Life peacefully. All we know for sure is that they're not happy. Not happy at all.
Well, it's been about 20 years since Dirge, but I guess it takes time for the ghosts to accumulate until they actually cause a problem. Why aren't the guards doing anything about this?
Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. It would take an...
Oh, they already did this.
Bad. Real bad. Monks used to go in every few weeks to clean out the ones who had risen. But lately it's become too much for them to handle.
Good training for the students
You
at the
look
Black
like a
Leopard
warrior.
School.
I'm sure you know that even if you disperse a ghost in combat, they reform again eventually. It takes a long time, but it's inevitable.
Yes, I do.
Leave the dead to their own is what I say. Just block the whole place off and start again somewhere else.
I wonder if that's why they made the enemies respawn in the Southern Forest. Because they're ghosts, and ghosts do respawn, even like lore-wise. Alright, that's all I need for now.
Stay away from the Necropolis. It's dangerous.
Well, we will go in there at some point, but we don't really have a reason to yet anyway. And I'd like to kind of save the combat until we've done some non-combat quests and are kind of itching for a challenge. A couple of silvers lying around.
A drama of your life would be of unconvincing sincerity.
I haven't seen any ghosts wandering in the city, and I hope I never...
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth.
What is this guy
You dress
doing?
yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Did he lose a bet?
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth.
Not the best insult. What are you doing? Why attempt to insult me?
Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality.
The wind of an ox. I ask for an explanation. Justify yourself, or I will take offense.
Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
I don't really love all these options they keep giving him, but we'll go with the top one. There is no point to your insults. Defend your claims or cease this instant.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable. You are exactly what we need.
Oh, I think I know where this is going. Explain yourself.
An Outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go.
This city hosts many visitors. Why is he so different?
The Outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the Emperor himself. So
I like him
far,
already.
he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe, but that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus Assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them.
I feel like this guy might be the same voice actor as Master Lee. The way his tone wavered at the end there sounded a little like him. Also, I like the design of these windows. That must have been a pain for somebody to thread or whatever they're made out of in-game. Perhaps I can reason with this Outlander.
That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand, and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many.
Maybe when I have time. Leave me.
That is not the conviction I was hoping for, but no one else has been able to help, so it will have to do. At your convenience, then. He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him. Please, I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
Yeah, this is one of those quests where my character would be willing to help, but it's not his highest priority because he's not too concerned with people insulting the dignity of the Empire, since that's kind of what I'm doing myself. Alright, just to get that little quest icon to appear, the Outlander. We will find him, I think, over in the Scholar's Garden, which is a different zone, maybe? Music and the arts. Music and the other arts are vital parts of life in the Jade Empire. As with any truly civilized people, even the common man can enjoy the benefits of music in his daily life. Only the music of the Jade Empire itself truly satiates this primal urge. The lesser and more savage peoples that surround us know nothing of true culture, and their primitive beatings and wailing cannot touch the soul as truly as have the masterpieces of Water Swallow, or the heart-wrenching tragedy of Falling Star. For this reason, if not others, it is our duty as cultured people to bring civilization and joy of the arts to those less advanced and gifted societies. Yeah, I would be interested to hear a rebuttal from those societies. But hey, lots of XP, so glad I read it. Anything over here? Just checking for loot containers or the like. Can I go down here? That's where I was before. Alright. I see like a... Oh, that's the edge of the roof. I thought it was like a pier or a dock or something. Just a roof. What about over here, though? I guess right here. That's what I'm looking at. Alright, nice little waterfall. Nice placement of lights, too. Makes it look really pretty. Those lanterns must be very waterproof for the moisture in the air, not to put them out. Or perhaps they're magic. I guess the people here can afford it. What is this place? Hostel. Alright. Can I actually go inside? This sturdy door cannot be opened at this time. Not sure if it ever can. Don't really remember
All
that part
those
of the game.
nobles with fat purses and thin intellects. I swear, heaven must look like this.
To you, perhaps. Enlightened stage. Even the stage is important. As I think the guard mentioned, or the outcrier mentioned, there is a play planning to be performed here. And that will be a quest, but we might not be able to do that quest until later on. Alright, once again, a very nice view. Everyone is so well dressed here. To the Scholar's Garden. Alright, have we really done everything there is to do in this area? Not that I'm really complaining. Theater Pavilion, Ministry Hostel. See, it doesn't have an arrow. Maybe the door's open and you can go inside, but not even sure about that. Yeah, for now at least, there's not much to do in this area. So we will press on to the Scholar's Garden, a place of learning and of arguing. They do go hand in hand. Oh, and look who it is.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence.
Why, thank you. So what do I call you? Silk Fox or Princess Sun Leon?
As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, or you are. There was something familiar about him as well.
Yes, if she's the daughter of the Emperor, Sun Hai, then that would make him her uncle. And I guess they haven't seen each other in a very long time. I guess maybe she's older than I am. I could see her being a little bit older. It's hard to tell, especially in games, but I guess she wouldn't have seen her uncle. Or maybe he's familiar because he is a relative and has the same features as other relatives. Did she know her grandfather, perhaps? Who knows? But that could be why. Also, a few days. It's hard to know in-game how long things have taken. But I would guess we've only been in Tian's Landing a few days. Maybe a week. So we're not too far behind. And I guess Death's Hand did take him here pretty quickly after stopping in Tian's Landing. He is familiar because you are related. He is Sun Li.
Why would you say that? Is that what he told you? I'm sorry, but I simply cannot believe that your Master Li is the glorious strategist.
You'll come around. You didn't recognize him as family?
I was too young to know him. I was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire 20 years ago. Now it seems they may have been traitors. I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin before corrupting my father. But it doesn't matter who your master is. I could take you to the palace, but Death's Hand controls what my father hears. He must be discredited for you to succeed.
Destroying Death's Hand is also a priority for me.
A wise decision. His hold over my father is nearly absolute. But if we could show conclusive evidence of his crimes, my father would have to listen. I know how. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins and find evidence of this treachery.
So we have a quest. I was going to say something else, and I forgot what it was now. So I guess we have a bit of a Wormtongue and Theoden scenario here, with Death's Hand effectively in control of her father, the Emperor. Although Death's Hand doesn't answer anybody else, he is the power himself. I've been fighting the Lotus Assassins. How can I infiltrate them?
We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are recruiting.
That easy? I fought a lot of them, but I think they're all dead. It's probably what she's going to say. I fought a number of the Lotus Assassins. I would be spotted.
Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tian's Landing. They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it.
How can this be done?
There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or, if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion.
So I do recall the Executioner path, which is probably the more fun, because the arena's fun. And honestly, I'll probably do the arena either way. But I'm curious as to what you have to do if you follow the Inquisitor path. So maybe we'll do that one. Ideally, we'll do both. But I'm not sure if you can do both or not. You seem to know a lot about the Lotus Assassins. Why?
Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name.
Perhaps I will see if this Inquisitor is reasonable.
Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. Dongao is closer to the Assassins than he should be. He will tell you where to meet the Inquisitor. Or seek the Executioner. My people will spread rumors of your interest, and he will approach you in the arena. They like fighters who have passed the silver round. I will wait at your flyer. Or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should discuss how closely we will be working together?
Uh-huh. So we barely had Sky as a follower, and now we have another follower. Not a big surprise, I'm sure. But I think we'll stick with Sky for now, just until we get a chance to do some combat with him. And then we can switch to her a little bit later on. And yeah, for the arena, I think there were like 3 tiers, bronze, silver, and gold. So you have to beat silver to join the Lotus Assassins through that path. But you can still go on and do gold just for an extra challenge, which we will of course try to do. And it shouldn't be too challenging because we are on normal difficulty, and I think I've built the character pretty well at this point. Wait at the flyer. I will speak with you later.
Of course. I look forward to it.
And we lost the note. Oh, I guess we should have read that first to know where to go, but didn't really matter. I see another book. The Physical Universe, a rebuttal. That's funny. They're rebutting against the whole physical universe. Scholar Xiao Xiang has once again missed the central point of the philosopher's argument. We do not wish to stall development, nor do we seek to stop people from learning. Philosophers see the work of the divine in the physical world, and oppose those who defy tradition only because they find those customs inconvenient or outdated. Learning and respect for the past need not be mutually exclusive. We seek only to learn in a way that does not dishonor the celestial beings that give us our very lives. So, I guess there's different schools of thought, and the philosophers are kind of the classicists who, I guess, mix their religion in with their beliefs, which actually makes sense in this world, because obviously the celestial beings are real, demonstrably so. And yay, more XP. What else can we do? I also like that they kind of explain about the Inquisitors and the Executioners. Oh, what's this? I smell combat.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
I think they're onto me.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away.
Or they're just angry about that.
We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City. Longsword.
I don't remember insulting you, but okay. That was easy. Alright, piece of cake. I do like his double sabers. Gotta get a pair of those for myself. So yeah, like before we met Inquisitor Lim, which we thought was just a title, or I did at least. But I guess it means he's part of the Inquisitor School. And there might have been an Executioner Lim, or Executioner Gia, or whatever. Alright, so this is the one we just read, right? Yes. Let's talk to Sky, though, because he seems to want to chat.
Always happy to help. What do you need?
What's on your mind?
Dawnstar has been telling me about Two Rivers, the Swamp, and Gao the Lesser. I was sorry to hear about your town and your friends. It brought a question to mind. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Why? Seriously, why are you doing this?
Yeah, I guess Sky seems like a good man, but really he's primarily motivated by selfish reasons. Like he's, I guess, a thief. He seems to steal from people that deserve it, but still a thief. And attacking Gao wasn't because of the bad things Gao had done to others. It was because of personal vengeance for what Gao and Gao's men did to his daughter. And the same reason he's attacking the Lotus Assassins, not because they're evil, although I'm sure that doesn't hurt, but because they were behind what Gao did to his family.
Details aside, you're fighting the Empire as a whole when you oppose the Lotus Assassins, Death's Hand, or the Emperor's will.
I mean, I'm not intentionally fighting the Empire as a whole. I'm fighting to save the Empire and to cleanse it of corruption. But when my enemies control the Empire, that kind of comes with the territory.
I know all about your village and your master, and that explains some of it. What it doesn't explain is your drive, your strength. What gives you that?
I guess Dawnstar didn't explain that I'm the last spirit monk. He would definitely understand this one. Or this one. But I think this one is being more honest. People are suffering. I am going to find out why and fix it.
I wonder if fate cast this burden upon you, or if you rose up on your own to shoulder it. History will probably decide.
Hopefully they decide truthfully.
I know you're going to follow Silk Fox's plans to find a way into the Assassin's Den. It won't be easy, but I'm confident we'll succeed. It's what happens after you find a way in that has me worried.
You're worried I'll actually join them? Why the concern?
I knew men and women who were drawn to the Lotus Assassins. They went into that place to prove themselves, as you intend to.
I intend to prove myself to get in, not prove myself to get their approval. I mean, yes, I'm getting their approval, but for a larger gain, not because I seek approval to make myself feel better, which I think is the difference there. I seek their approval so I can become one of them, so I can bring them down from the inside. I'm not sure if his friends were the same way. Maybe they were.
And the few who made it back out were different.
Maybe it's like the dark side. Different how?
They acted like they didn't know us, or just didn't care if we lived or died. It's hard to say if there's even a difference to the Lotus Assassins. I know you'll be fine. The Assassins will be lucky if you don't bring the place down around their ears.
And they're not
Just
lucky.
be sure not to tip your hand before you're ready. That's all in the future, though. We should keep at what we're doing. There's a lot left to tackle before we're done.
What are your thoughts on our situation?
Well, let's see if I can break it down for you. We're desperately trying to impress the people who are trying to kill you and who kidnap your master.
That about sums it up.
That, of course, will allow us to enter the heart of their lair, where we can acquire highly sensitive evidence against the most dangerous man in the Empire. If we were anyone else, I'd say we were doomed. But hey, we got me.
Is this a different question? What's on your mind right now?
I was thinking about a story my father once told me. He was a scoundrel, but he could spin a fine yarn when he wasn't robbing caravans.
Guess it runs in the family.
Have you ever heard the tale of the Eternal Companions?
I can't say I have. What brought it to mind?
The Eternal Companions were a group of warriors that traveled the ancient kingdoms, well before the formation of the Empire. They were said to be giants, to know styles no one could match, and to always appear to offer their services to a kingdom when times were worst.
Were these warriors real?
The tales are too fantastic to be accurate. Though I'm sure the Black Whirlwinds tried at least once, no one can actually cleave a mountain in two.
No one alive today, at least.
What made me bring this up was just a simple thought. Were these companions real people once? Were they just like us? Something tells me they were, but not in the way you'd expect. You know how legends tend to grow in the telling? I think they also absorb other tales as they go.
You think what we're doing is just another version of the tale?
I doubt it. For instance, we have yet to wipe out a rival kingdom. Failing that, I'm a bit shy of 12 feet tall.
Yeah, he's a little bit on the short side.
The point is that when things are wrong, people believe that someone will do something about it. Whether we succeed or not, we are those someones right now. More importantly, you're the someone. You're the real reason we're together. And I worry about how much of this rides on your shoulders.
That's okay. I have broad shoulders.
What I'm really trying to say is that we're all with you until this thing is finished. I just hope you can draw some strength from that.
Oh, thanks, Sky.
Anytime. I hate to wax morbid, but this is serious business.
Wax morbid?
Now, shouldn't you be talking to Dawn Star instead of me? I've seen the way that girl looks at you, and she deserves a little attention.
Well, we will certainly bring her out for a city stroll in the near future. But for now, I guess we did do some combat with them, but still like 2 fighters. Let's keep Sky with us a little longer, and then we'll switch to Silk Fox, and then maybe back to Dawnstar. Everyone will get their turn eventually. For now, though, I am going to conclude the episode, so thank you all for spending it with me, and I will see you right back here for the next one.